Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Meredith, and I want to start off this video by saying thank you for the 3 people who have decided to subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope a few more people decide to subscribe after this video as well. I do plan on posting a lot of retail related content, most of them consisting of story times and a few other retail information and are just fun retail videos, which will be coming hopefully soon. So today's video is going to be a story time video. This is going to be the time that a female customer decided to threaten to get me fired for doing my job. So this story time starts out on the floor. I am typically a floor person for the kids department, involving their clothes mostly, and this takes place in the teenage boys section in my department. At the time, I was somewhere else on the floor doing some cleaning up, and one of my male coworkers had called me over to the big boys section saying a customer needed help finding something. I said I'd be right over, and I went over to go see what she needed. When I had finally gotten over there, I had asked her what she needed, and she told me she was looking for boys' husky jean shorts. That is not something we typically carry in the store. It's just not something we commonly have, and husky sizes are very slim in our store, and that goes for just about anything. We don't typically carry a lot of husky sizes. So I already had a feeling this was going to be a little bit of a challenge. I told her I would take a look just to double check and make sure we didn't have anything. I did find a few, but they were not the sizes she was looking for. She then asked me, is there anything at the back? And I told her that everything was out. Mind it, at this time I was still seasonal. I was still fairly new to this, and I was still kind of like flying off in a whim, saying what I know they typically say, and I wasn't lying. We really didn't have anything in the back, but I was still kind of like figuring out the floor, figuring out how to work with customers that were potentially upset, because I could already see that she was a little irritated, because it looked like it was her mom, and her son, and that they were shopping for. So she already seemed irritated as it was that she wasn't finding much, and so I was already a little bit nervous because I didn't know where this was going. So typically what they have us tell them is direct them to buy it online, whether we help them like on their phones, or order it in store, or like whatever. Like that's what we tell them to do. And as I was trying to tell her, you can look online, we have a larger selection, which is what they always have us tell any customer who asks about our stock in store. She'd cut me off and said, don't you dare tell me to buy online. And I was like, what? I didn't say this out loud, but in my head I'm thinking, what is happening? What do you, I was like, that's what I'm supposed to tell you? Like, what? She's like, if you tell me to buy online, I will get you fired. I was like, I was also the only person there. Her mother and her son were not even there. My male coworker, he was still in the general area, and he had come back over her because he saw that I was upset. Like, I was vigilantly flustered because I didn't know what to do. But he didn't hear anything she had said. Like, it was just me and her. So no one else but me and her had heard what she had said. And I was like, I was freaking out. I'm seasonal. I was like, I can go at any point. Like, they can just, it's like, say, oh, your time here is done. Like, they could do that at any point. So the fact that a customer just said she would get me fired for telling her to shop online had me freaking out, because I didn't know if she actually would. Like, I didn't know if she was actually going to go to my supervisor and like say something. So I was like, and then I went completely silent, because I was like, well, what else? I don't know what else. Like, in my head I'm thinking, what else do I tell her? Like, that's the backup to when we don't have it in store. So I was like, I don't know what else to tell you. She then proceeded to ask me, do you know of any other stores who has this? And I was like, in my head once again I'm thinking, how would I know what other stores have? I don't work there. It's also something, don't ever ask the associate of one store what a different store has, because I guarantee you, they don't have the answer. I didn't have the answer. I didn't know what to tell her. I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out. because I didn't know what to do. And I told her, I was like, I don't know what other stores would have. I'm not sure if their inventory or just their stock in general. I don't know. She did not like that answer. She did not like that answer at all. She got even more upset. She was already upset with me because I was going to tell her to shop online, which I do understand the struggle with. Like, I know the struggle of buying for kids because growth spurts. I hear about that all the time in my department. Oh my god, my grandbabies, they're growing so quickly. My son, my daughter, they're growing so fast. They're just sprouting up. I've had grandparents actually tell me that. So I do understand the struggle with buying online. But with us, it takes like a week, maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks at the absolute max, depending on where it's coming from. So I was just like, I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. This is unfortunately all we have. I'm not really sure or what else I can suggest, which I was being so weary of what I was saying because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I said one thing and she was going to go completely off on me, which is what I was afraid of. I was afraid of her completely going off on me and like causing this huge scene, because I hate being like the center of attention. And it's funny because I'm starting a YouTube channel, but like I do not like being the center of attention, and there were quite a few customers around us. She wasn't like screaming, so like she wasn't drawing their attention in, but I was just like, what do I do? And so I just told her, unfortunately, ma'am, this is all we're going to have. I'm so sorry that we don't have what you're looking for. I don't really remember what I said to finally get her to walk away. I honestly don't. I was freaking out. I turned to my male coworker and I'm like, dude, did you hear what she told me? And he was like, no, I didn't hear what. I was like, she said she would get me fired for telling her to shop online. And he was like, she did not. And I was like, yes, she did. She told me that. He did not believe me. He was like, why would she say that? I was like, there's no way she said that. And I was like, yes, she said that. After a minute, he realized like I was not lying, and then she actually did say that, and he was like, that's a bit dramatic. And he was like, calm down, it's not like you can get fired anyway. And I was like, oh, you're kidding, right? And he's like, if she were to tell them that you had told her to shop online and she wanted you fired for that, for doing your job, they would want to laugh in her face. Some of them wouldn't, but there are some that would laugh in her face. And he named the supervisors that would probably have said, you're kidding, right? Of course, we do have some supervisors that would have been like, oh my god, ma'am, I am so sorry. I will go have a talk with her about this. And one of two things will happen. They'll actually have a talk with me, or they will not say anything tell me anything. And that goes for literally any associate. At the time, nothing really happens. But I was like, okay. He was like, you should maybe mention it to a supervisor that this happened, just in case she does say something, so they have like a heads up about the situation and they already kind of know about it. And so I had asked the supervisor, I was like, the supervisor goes on hand, I was like, hey, so-and-so, what's your location? They told me they're up the front, so I goes up to the front, and I was like, so this happened. And I kind of told her a little bit about like what happened, and she was like, she actually said that to you? And I was like, yes, it freaked me out. And she's like, yeah, we wouldn't have fired you for that. She probably would have twisted it, but we were not going to fire you for it. Which, yes, anyone who likes to complain to supervisors about an associate, we know you twist the story to be more in your favor. We're very well aware. I'm just saying, in case y'all didn't know, that we're aware that the story can be very twisted when a customer is very angry. I have a few stories that I will tell at some point regarding the global pandemic that got very twisted, and we heard how it got twisted. Something to look forward to. But she ended up not saying anything to the supervisor, and she ended up leaving, I think, with quite a bit of stuff. I think she was still a little upset about not finding what she wanted, but I think they did end up finding something that worked for him. But that was definitely an experience that shook me up, because I was seasonal, which was like, oh god, 2 years ago? About 2 years ago? Maybe a little bit less than 2 years ago? I don't know. Oh, and that was a freaky thing. Like, that scared the living daylight out of me. Now if a customer says, I'm gonna get you fired, I'd just be, now, of course, I'd be tempted to be like, let me call my supervisor. Associates, if anyone from the retail world sees this, I want to know, do you guys have that situation? Have y'all had a situation like this? Have y'all gotten y'all's job threatened and you were just doing your job? I want to know. That is, if anyone actually sees this video and decides to comment. So that is the end of today's story. I do have many more stories, some of them involving some very upset customers, and some of them are just randomly and very stupid. If you guys want to hear more stories like this, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what kind of stories you want to hear from me, and I'll see if maybe I have a story that entails with the topic that you want. If you do want to see more videos like this, or just more videos regarding retail, hit that big red subscribe button down below. I hope to see you guys in another video really soon. I am kind of getting excited to do these videos because it's a little outlet, and a lot of these stories, as you can say that I said that this was a 2-year-old story, I do have a lot of stories from a while, and I do want to share a lot of them. I've always thought about sharing these stories, and I personally think they're funny, a little bit stupid, but if you guys want to see this stuff, definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I do have a Twitter that I'm going to be using for video updates. Maybe I'll get a following from that, I don't really know. And that's really all I have to say for this. I hope to see you guys in another video, and yeah. Bye!